Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Cooper's Thaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Cooper's Thaiadventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thaiadventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, sister, my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high.
Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Coopersthaiadventure live stream on this wonderful Saturday night here in Jumtien Pattaya. All by myself. Brooke has got the day off, so just me. And Darlene's not feeling too well, so she's laying down in the bed. I was going to ask her to come on and do a live stream, but I know she'd say no. But anyways, before we get into today's topic, I thought we'd go over the news, as there's been several new updates in the last week. First off, gas prices. Yep, gas prices have been going up again in Thailand. So diesel started out about 2 months ago at 29 baht a liter. Regular gasoline and unleaded was hovering around 31, 32. Well, it's all changed. I went to the gas station 2 days ago and it's sitting at 48. So it's almost doubled in price, but it's still lower than a lot of other Asian countries around the area. The Philippines is a lot higher. Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, all higher. And Thailand has said that, hey, we're going to let it go up, stop the hoarders, and guess what? It's worked. I went past the gas station today and hardly any cars there. So not a shortage anytime soon. They're still saying they have over 2.5 months worth of supply, which is good news. Hopefully it's all over by then and we can all get back to normal. Moving along, what else is happening in the news? Marijuana, back in the news. Yes, the government has set a timeline for medical marijuana to come into force in Thailand. So What they've said is they have over 11,000 dispensaries in Thailand, almost as many 7-Elevens because they got like 15,000 7-Elevens in Thailand and they have 11,000 marijuana dispensaries. So what's happening with that? Well, they've given all of the dispensaries 3 years time frame from now to register as a medical marijuana shop for medical purposes only. And after those 3 years, they have to be licensed for medical marijuana purposes. So those that take marijuana for, medical ailments will still be able to get them. So it's not really an issue. I checked into it. I'll still be able to get my gummies for my shoulder and neck pain that I still suffer with from my accident in Kuwait. My doctor said, no problem. I'll give you a medical card. You're good to go. So I'm happy with that. I'll still be able to get my gummies. And those that are inquiring and said, hey, well, what if I come over and I'm from the US and I have a medical marijuana card from the US? Will they accept it in Thailand? No. What you want to do is bring a copy of your medical record, and then a doctor here can prescribe it to you. And that's what they're saying moving forward after 3 years. So for the next 3 years, those that want to come over and smoke marijuana as recreational marijuana, they can. But after 3 years, it's going to be strictly for medical purposes only. It gives the Thais a chance to, change the way they do their setup. And I don't know whether you consider that a good thing or a bad thing. Some people say marijuana is safer than smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol. Hey, I'm not a doctor. My opinion on it is I think if you need it for health reasons, my brother, he's on dialysis and he needs it for his pain and everything else, his suffering, then I think it's a good thing, at least that they have it here in the country. Those that still want to smoke it will probably find a way to get it. I'm sure there'll be black market sellers on the streets. Just be careful, folks. After 3 years' time, don't get caught because I'm sure the police will be fining you pretty heavily. And the shops will deny they sold it to you. Is just basically the way I see that coming about. So be careful. Watch out for an entrapment and stuff like that. We have it in the West, yeah, and you know damn well what I'm talking about. The women of the night entrapment in the West. So yeah, you probably have entrapment along those lines. You may be down at Soy Six or Walking Street in Pattaya, and all of a sudden someone says, "Hey, you want some marijuana?" Like they do with old Viagra and Camagra and all that other stuff. You'll be sitting there, people watching at your favorite bar, and somebody will walk up and say, "Hey, you want some bootleg cigarettes? You want some Camagra? You want some Rolex watches? Whatever." You get it going around. And those that have been to Thailand know exactly what I'm talking about. Moving on with the other piece of news, little bit of a skirmish going on with the Thai-Cambodian border again. They found some landmines on the Thai side, so the Thais have put 70 troops on the border and 2 armored vehicles because Cambodia is building up their troops along the border. So Thailand said, we'll do the same. Make the first move if you dare. So I can't see the border situation resolving itself anytime soon. Other news to talk about is I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of news. I watch a lot of stock markets and stuff like that. And I see people bashing Thailand. And it gets to me at times, and I'm like, why the heck are you bashing Thailand? Which brings us around to today's subject. Why so many people are done with Thailand right now? It's because they want everything handed to them. They want it all for free. They're upset that there's going to be a tax to come into Thailand, entry and exit, even though you're not going to see the entry. It's going to be on your airplane ticket. You won't even notice it. It's like a surcharge. And they're complaining on social media about this, that, and everything else. And I'm like, why the hell are you coming to Thailand? Why do you want to come here if all you're going to do is complain? Because at the end of the day, Thailand don't owe you a damn thing. If anything else, you owe Thailand. Why do you owe Thailand? Because Thailand's giving you the privilege to come in their country, to stay as long as you freaking want, as long as you get the right visa. They're happy for you to stay as long as you want. You want to stay here 3 years and study Taekwondo and Muay Thai and scuba diving and all these great things that you can do? You can stay here for 3 years, maximum 3 years on it. You want to work online, maybe you're into social media and you want to stay here. Well, they got a visa for that too. It's called the DTV. What about if you're under 50? You don't want to go to school, you don't want to study anything, and you have enough money to retire early, and you spent 20 years in the military, and you're 38 years old, you went in at 18. What options are there for you? Well, there's the new law that came out in December, that if you buy a property valued at over 3 million baht, you can get a 1-year stamp on your passport. And providing you keep that property, every year you can go to immigration and they'll put another year stamp in there. I mean, they go out of their way, Thailand, to make it easy for people to come over here. And then all you do is you see on social media, oh, Thailand's not letting me do this. Oh, Thailand's not letting me do that. Oh, the prices are going up here. The prices are going up there. They're going up all over the frickin' planet, folks. Gas prices, on average, have gone up anywhere from 15% in the US to over 200% in the Philippines. They're going up planet-wide, folks. You can't blame Thailand on the gas prices. It had nothing to do with Thailand. It's all to do with the US, Israel, and America, and Iran. So it's got nothing to do with Thailand. So don't go on social media blasting Thailand. Thailand hasn't done anything wrong. As a matter of fact, they've done everything right. They're letting you stay here as long as you want, folks, as long as you get the right visa. Stop freaking complaining. At the end of the day, you're not entitled. Thailand doesn't owe you a damn thing. You owe Thailand. You owe it the respect and the gratitude. Hey, thank you for allowing me to come in here. Thank you for allowing me to spend my money going a lot further here in Thailand than it ever would in the West, because I wouldn't survive in the West on the money that I'm getting, is in a lot of people's situation. When you retire, if all you're getting is Social Security, it's $1,800 a month. You need $3,000 a month to live in the US. It's not enough to live on. On a single person here, $1,800 a month, you're going to live the life of Riley. You're going to have a fantastic life. There's no need to bash it. There's no need to complain. What are you complaining about? What are you freaking complaining about? That's what I want to know. Why are these people going on social media saying about Thailand, that's Thailand, that? It's like, guys, grow the F up. There's one guy, YouTuber, put out just last week, hey, I've been married to a Thai woman for X amount of years. I've been living in the country. Me and my wife have a business, and I can't become a Thai citizen. Wow, it's not the end of the world. I can't own land. Again, not the end of the world. I thank God I can't own land in Thailand. Why do I thank God I can't own land in Thailand? Because that'll drive the prices up just like it has in the West. You guys think back 30 years ago, 20 years, 25 years ago even, your bank would lend you 3 times your annual earnings to get a mortgage on a home. 3 times. Well, today, you wouldn't get on the housing ladder with that 3 times. No freaking way would you get on the housing ladder. Back then, you could. No problem. You could buy a house for $100,000 in California 30 years ago. You could buy one 30 years ago in Florida, $100,000. New York, $100,000. You can't do it today, but you can in Thailand. You won't own the land, but you'll own the house. You do a 30-year land lease. Hopefully they change it to 99. I'd be happy with that. But the moment they open the door and say, okay, foreigners can buy land in Thailand, guess what? All those that are wishing for it will be hating it after 6 months to 18 months later, because all the rents are going to be jacked up for those that are renting. All the prices are going to go through the frickin' roof. You think I'm joking, folks? When we in the West opened it up that anybody can buy land in our home countries, what happened to the house prices? Tell me in the chat, what happened to the house prices in your country over the last 30 years? Your mom and dad could buy a house probably for $10,000 when you were a kid. I mean, when they were first starting out, your grandparents, whatever. You couldn't do that today. The average house price in America is $300,000. Average. You take the poorest states to the richest states and you multiply them all up and divide them by how many 50 states, you'll come up with an average. That average is about $300,000. $300,000 will buy you 3 houses in Thailand. And people need to realize, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you're complaining about and you want changed in Thailand, because you're going to hate it if it ever does come into force. I'm telling you, you're going to hate it. There's a right way and a wrong way. I think what Thailand's doing is keeping it affordable for Thais. And that's what they need to do. The more they keep it affordable for Thais, the cheaper it is for us, folks. The cheaper it is for us. You think what you got 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you used to go to the candy store and buy candy for 1 penny. In England, they had a half penny. They called it a half p. You could buy candy for that. You went in there with 10 pence, 10 pennies in England. You could buy a whole bag of candy like this for 10 pence. Nowadays, you'd be lucky if you get 1 candy or 2 for 10. Back then, you can get 50. All your favorite candies were dirt cheap. Inflation has gone up. Foreign investment has come in. Oh, foreign investment's a good thing, the government's told us. It's a fantastic thing. We need foreign investment into our country. They bought up the land, they bought up the buildings, they bought up all the properties. And guess what? Your kids, your grandkids cannot get on the housing ladder for love or money. They have to come up with 30% down payment to even get a mortgage. Well, at $300,000, the average, that means you got to come up with $100,000 almost to get a mortgage. How long do you think it's going to take somebody to save up $100,000 if they're only earning $30,000, $40,000 a year? Well, it's going to take them a freaking long time, unless they got a damn good job paying them $100,000 a year. But I don't know anybody out of high school that made $100,000 on their first job. I didn't. I was flipping burgers during my high school. My summer vacation, I was flipping burgers. I was working at Jack in the Box, flipping burgers in California. I had 3 jobs. I was working Jack in the Box on the weekends. Monday to Friday, I was working at Kmart. Yeah, and then when I finished my shift at Kmart, I was working at a car wash, washing cars, because I wanted to buy a motorcycle. And my father said to me, I'll match you dollar for dollar. Whatever you make, I will match you dollar for dollar. At the end of the summer vacation, I saved up $1,000. My dad couldn't believe it. The bike I wanted was $1,800, and it was a nice bike. It was a Honda Nighthawk 450, and he matched me dollar for dollar, and I got my very first motorcycle that I bought. My dad bought me a dirt bike when I was a lot younger, but it was never mine. He always made that perfectly clear. You don't do your chores, you ain't riding the bike. It's my bike. I paid for it. So you know, during high school, I paid for my own bike and I got my first leg up in the world and I learned the responsibility of money. Thais cannot afford that increase from 100,000 to 300,000. Right now, 100,000 is actually expensive for Thais. But luckily, most Thais have family that have land, and then they give them a piece of that land, and they build their little house on that, and they all live together. Is the way it happens in a lot of Thai towns out and about in the countryside. That's the way you'll see they do it. They'll be like, "Yeah, I live here. My mom and dad live here. This is my cousin's house over here. My grandparents live here," and they're all together. If you ever get in a relationship with a Thai woman, you'll see exactly what I mean. And that's how they live over here. Please don't complain about Thailand and that you should be entitled to own land here. Because the moment you do that, it's going to outprice everybody. Rents are going to go up. Property values are going to shoot up through the roof. These condominiums they're building, and I'm about to make a video, folks, and show you how many new condos they're building. They're building a phenomenal amount of condos here. And I will show you. I'll go around and film all the new ones that are going up right now and going to be open in the next year or two. And that land that these condos are building on, if you allow foreigners to buy, well, you've just 10x the value of that land. So if you 10x the value of that land over the next 18 months, guess what's going to happen? If people are, instead of paying 3 million baht for a condo, are now paying 10 million to 20 million baht for a condo, what do you think they're going to want for rent? You think they're going to allow you to pay 10,000 baht for a sea view condo, $300 a month? No. That price is going to go up, and then people are going to say, "Hey, why do I want to live in Thailand? It's the same price as Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Los Angeles or New York City. Why the hell do I want to live in Thailand?" Well, because you guys wanted, and you know who I'm talking about, these social influencers. "Oh, I've been married to a Thai and I still can't own land." No, it's only reserved for those that are born in the country, that have a right. They pay taxes all their life in the country. They went through the school system. They speak fluent Thai. It's reserved for them, because the moment you open that floodgate, forget it. Everybody's moving out of Thailand, and including me. I'll probably move too. I'll be like, heck with this. I don't want to spend this kind of money. I can do it in other cheaper countries around the world. So be careful what you wish for, and let's get started in today's chat and see who we got online. And if you want to talk about property, you want to talk about the news, or share your thoughts with, do these people have a right to complain, and are they entitled to be here in Thailand? So without further ado, let's get into today's show. First up, we got What a Sale says, "Good day, Cooper and Darling. This is Robert from Texas, wishing everyone in the chat a happy day. Looking forward to a great show." Hello, Robert, and welcome to the live stream. Next up, Roger says, "Good evening, good morning, Darling, Cooper, and everyone. Thumbs up. Yes, please. If you're watching on the stream, it's free. Pound it." Mike the Swede says, "Good evening, CTA gang from next door, Pattaya. Looking forward to a great show. Welcome to Pattaya, Mike the Swede. Hope you're enjoying your time over here." Next, Mike says, "Good morning from the USA. Seems like all you do is adapt all the time." Well, we always adapt. Wherever you are, you're going to adapt. You go on vacation to a foreign country, you're going to adapt. You go to England, they're driving on the opposite side of the road. Well, instead of looking left for a car crossing, you're going to be looking right. You adapt. When in Rome, we adapt to the environment. We adapt to the situation. We adapt to the laws. That's all you got to do. Thailand only wants people here to respect their country, respect their rules, respect their laws, and be a happy person, happy to be here in Thailand, happy to explore the beautiful countryside, happy to hang out and meet wonderful people, happy to eat cheap, delicious food. Happy to pay $300 a month for that sea view condo. We should all be happy, and you're going to adapt. You're going to adapt to a lower price of living is what you're going to adapt to, Mike, and everybody else in the chat. You're going to be, Coop, I can't spend it. I'm going out and I'm enjoying myself almost every day. I'm out having fun with my friends. We're having coffee. We're having meals. I'm playing golf. I'm going on motorbike rides. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I still can't spend it. This place is so freaking cheap. You undersold it. And that I hear that quite a lot. But I want you guys to figure that out for yourself when you get here. Next up, Terry Fallon says, hello, Coop and Darling, and everyone in the chat. Hope all are doing well. We are, Terry. How are you doing? And thank you for being a channel member. Everybody else has got the badge next to their name, helping to support the channel for only $2 a month. Much appreciated, because it ain't free. I wish I could do it all for free, but unfortunately I can't. Mike the Medic says, now the border situation is starting again. Well, they put landmines on the wrong side of the border intentionally, and they got caught with their pants down, and now Thailand's put a battalion on the border and said, right, now what you going to do? And hopefully that'll be the end of it. Show of force. That's what it is. Just a show of force. RevDocs88 says, good morning, Coop and company. The countdown is on. I will be there in a couple of weeks. Can't wait. But I've been hearing stories about people being denied entry. I have fast tracked, and this is my first. Well, fast track is the best way to go, because you're going to go VIP through immigration. People that have been denied entry are those that are coming over using Thailand as a home without getting the proper visa. Basically, they'll come over here, get 60-day entry stamp on arrival, which soon they're going to make that 30 days again. The government's already announced it, but they haven't given a date when that's going to come into force. They'll get the 60-day entry stamp on arrival. They get a 30-day extension. They do a border run, expect to get the 60 stamp and another 30-day extension, and want to keep doing that. Thailand said, because you're no longer a tourist, you're using Thailand as a home, and you're just too damn cheap to go out and get a visa, which is what it's there for. If you don't want to spend $80 on getting a freaking visa, or $200 on getting a 6-month multiple entry visa, then maybe you shouldn't be in Thailand. Respect the laws, respect it. We got visas in the West, all different types of visas. You got tourist visas, you got education visas, you got business visas, retirement visas, green cards, all that. You got it in the West. In your home country, if a Thai wants to go there, they have to get a visa to go. So why can't you get a visa? Is my argument to a lot of people out there. And I'm not picking on you, Rev, by no means. But those are the ones that are getting denied entry because they're trying to abuse the system. They've gotten away with it for so many years. They're like, screw you. I've been doing this for 10 years. People are saying on YouTube. And then they get caught. And one YouTuber got deported and had to leave Thailand and had to go back to Australia. But he knew he was taking the risk, and he knew there was a good chance he could get caught. But he did it anyways. You can't make this up. What a Sale says, happy song time. Hello and welcome, What a Sale. Hope you enjoyed the intro. Mike Dottie says, good morning, Coop. Normal life in the land of smile, even with the issue with Cambodia. Yes, still good, always good. Cambodian border is so far away from Jomtien and Pattaya, where they're having these problems up by Trat. It's been an ongoing dispute over this damn temple. Is it belongs to Cambodia? Does it belong to Thailand? And they've just been arguing over it for over 20 years, folks. This is nothing new. Every now and then they'll have a little punch up, a couple shots fired, maybe 1 or 2 soldiers die on both sides, and then it calms down for 2 years, and then it comes back. And it's just one of those things that you deal with. You're nowhere near it. To get from there to here is about a 4 to 5 hour drive in a car. So Nowhere near any of the problem there, Mike. So nothing to worry about. Mike the medic says chair dancing, laughing out loud. Terry Fallon says it's been gray and dismal here in Bancroft, Ontario. Sure could use some land of smile sunshine. And it's been freaking hot here, Terry. I'll tell you. We went out in the car. Where's my lid? There it is. We went out in the car and went to some coffee shops that I'd never been to, courtesy of Darlene and Brownie. They found them. And I thought to myself, these are beautiful. I'm going to make a couple of videos. So I did. I filmed a couple of videos. Still got some more to make, and then we'll edit them and get them up on YouTube for y'all to see. But normally I would do walk and talks on the beach. But in high season, the beach is freaking packed. And you always get these people out that want to start trouble if you're out there with a camera filming. Even if you're not pointing it at them, even if you're just holding the camera, pointing it at you and talking to the camera, they get upset. So I don't really like doing the walk and talks on the beach during high season. Low season, it's no problem. It's mainly just me out there, maybe a couple other people. So I thought I'd switch it up, and I made some at some places that I guarantee you've never seen on YouTube. And a little bit out the way, 45 minutes, an hour outside patio. But I'm hoping that you guys like them. So if you want to see more of that sort of stuff, please let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure and add some more for you. Ricardo says, thanks for another show. Thank you, Ricardo. Wooly Bully, hi, Cooper, and all. Hello, Wooly. Bootney, hello, everyone. Hello, Bootney. What a sale at Terry Fallon. Yo, Terry, how you doing? Uh-oh, this comment. I saw that pop up earlier. Claude says, what's with you, Coop and Brooke? Missing in action on the motorbike group rides. It's freaking hot, Claude. We went out to this coffee shop on Thursday. We got in the car. The car said the temperature was 45 degrees in direct sunlight. That is hot, 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 hot. That's like 120 Fahrenheit. I think it is. I'll have to fact check myself, Celsius to Fahrenheit. But anyways, needless to say, it was damn hot. And you guys going out on the bike at 10 o'clock in the morning is even crazier because you're in the direct sunlight. So let's just go to conversion here, and we'll go degrees Celsius temperature, and we'll put in come here. Where's the converter? Okay, so Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius was 45, and calculate. 113 degrees. That's what it was. It said in the car temperature. And I'm like, thank God I'm not on the bike today. Moving forward, if we're going to be riding the bikes, Claude, I think we should bring it forward to like 8 o'clock in the morning, you know, and then stop at like 9:30 for coffee break, and then ride till 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then have brunch. And then at least you're not out in the hottest part of the day at lunchtime. Let me know what you think, Claude. Message me on Line app, and we'll have a chat about it and see if we can work something out. But it is freaking hot out there, and I'd like to do it earlier in the day when it's a bit cooler. Terry Fallon says, what a sale. Doing good, buddy. How about you? Terry, best day of my life, amigo. Mr. Nut says, I did see on the news today that a Thai tanker ship has oil and it's headed back from the Strait of Hormuz. Well, that would be excellent if it's true. I know they only got one out, and there was rumored to have 3 or 4 more, but for some reason or another, it never happened. So a bit of fake news there. And I fell for it as well. I thought there was another 3, 4 tankers, but when I fact check it, it was like wishful thinking. But if there is another one coming from the Strait of Hormuz, that'd be fantastic. Get a few more of them, and we can hopefully get the prices down. Mike the Medic says, go to the province for weed. You'll be able to get it there. Yes. What a sale says, why can't we all just get along? You're always going to find people that you don't get along with, wherever you go in the world, folks. In high school, I'm sure there was somebody you didn't like. In your work, I'm sure there was somebody you didn't like. Maybe in your neighborhood, somebody you didn't like. Maybe there's even a family member that you don't particularly like. We always find people that we don't like, that we just can't get along with. They're impossible people. But it always seems that the YouTubers nowadays that are talking about Thailand are those people that if you met them in high school, you met them at work, you wouldn't associate with them. You'd be like, oh man, you're getting me down. Every time I talk to you, all you got to say is something negative. Do you ever have anything positive to say about life? Do you ever smile? Are you ever happy? Are you always just this grumpy? And those are the ones that you see on YouTube, and those are the ones that use in clickbait titles and trying to get views and get money and all this sort of thing. And at the end of the day, if I was Thailand, I'd be deporting them. I'd be like, hey, if you don't like our country, there's the door, buddy. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out. If I was in charge of Thailand, I'd be looking at that. Don't come to my country and complain. Be happy. Enjoy it. You want to complain? There's the wall. Go complain to the wall there. We don't want to hear it. We don't need negative people like you. We want people that are happy to be in our country. And one day that could possibly happen. You look at that damn YouTuber, the young black guy that is over in South Korea, and he's facing 30 years in jail for his stunts and everything that he was doing. One day, it's gonna come about. The Thai government's only going to take so much, and they're going to say, you know what? If you don't want to be here, don't come. As a matter of fact, we'll help you. We'll buy your ticket for you to go home. Stamp on your passport, never to return. Craig Mitchum says it's Trump grifting and embezzling. Well, it's definitely America, and that's definitely Israel, and that's definitely Iran, and that's definitely hurting everybody around the world because flight prices have gone up. I was speaking to my buddy Brownie on Thursday. He said that the flights from Sydney to Bangkok now have tripled. Tripled. He said you used to be able to get one for like $800. It's now $3,000 Australian. He said even in high season, it was only like $1,200, $1,300 for a ticket to come from Sydney to Bangkok, which I think is like an 8-hour, 9-hour flight. It's not too long. And he's now saying that his buddy has been just flown over because he's going to be here for Songkran. And he said $3,000 is the new ticket price to go from Sydney to Bangkok economy class. What a Sale says, so when you buy and get the 1-year stamp, you get another year after the year perpetually as long as you own the home? Correct. That's what was brought out. It's what's been reported by the Thai government, and it's not only been reported by the Thai government, folks, it's actually written in law and posted on the Thai Royal Gazette, and I made a live stream all about it. I quoted the reference number, the page number, the date that it was released in the Royal Thai Gazette. I gave you all that information. You only got to go back, look 2-3 weeks ago on the live stream. I made all about it. And yes, it was passed December 5th last year in the Royal Thai Gazette. So it got the King's stamp of approval, and the Royal Thai Gazette puts it out so everybody can see. And that's what they're saying. If you get a house, a condo, because you know the land rules here, and as long as it's valued at over 3 million, not by the agent that sold it to you, by the Thai council in that area. And what I said in that video is, I'll repeat now, get them to come out and do a valuation before you buy it. Because the agent could say it's worth 3 million. The Thai authorities can come over and say, no, it's not, it's worth 2.7, you know, because of course the agent's going to make their money. So make sure they do a valuation on the property. And as long as you got that evaluation and it says it's 3.1 million, you're good to go. As long as it's over the 3 million threshold, you will get that stamp every year in your passport, is what's been said by the Thai government and also what's been reported in the Royal Thai Gazette. Terry Fallon says, what a sale. You always get the odd negative Nelly. I just avoid people like that. Well, we always do try to, but sometimes I like to, well, how do I word this? I don't want to promote their channel, so I'm not going to name them on my channel. I do like to watch what they're putting out, so then I can come back out and rebuttal it and fact check it and tell y'all, they're talking a lot of, you know what. So that's why I have today's title, why so many people are done with Thailand right now. Because they don't want to abide by the rules. They don't want to pay for a visa. They don't want to pay to come into the country. Well, guess what? If you're, you know, from Philippines and you want to go to England, you got to pay for the visa. You're American, you want to go to Germany, you want to go to Spain, you want to go to Portugal, you got to pay for the Schengen visa. Every country's got to pay. Brooke took his wife Jackie to Australia. They both had to pay for an Australian visa, folks. You have to pay. It's the way of the world. You know, and airports got taxes. Most airports around the world, they got an entry and exit tax. I have to pay it when I go to the Philippines to visit Darlene's family. So Thailand's just jumped on the bandwagon. But here's the thing about it. Thailand's jumped on the bandwagon, but it's still 80% cheaper with their fees than it is in most countries around the world, folks. That's what people aren't understanding. Those that are complaining, oh, I ain't going back to Thailand, they'll want to rip me off. Well, how much is your country charging? If you weren't a citizen of your country and you were a citizen of Thailand, how much would they charge a Thai to come into their country, into your country? Ask yourself that, and then look at the difference, what your country charges and what Thailand charges, and Thailand's only charging 20% of that, and then tell me you have a right to complain about it, because you really don't. You forfeited your rights right then and there, because your rights don't mean a diddly squat when your country's charging 80% more than Thailand. You got no room to talk, buddy. You lost that right. Mr. Free Sister says, hello, Darlene and Cooper. I hope you are all good. Yes, we are, mister. How you doing, buddy? What a sale, says Coop. The land of my house is worth more than the house now. Crazy. Yeah, yeah. Land prices have gone up through the roof. What a sale. Everywhere. But Thailand's trying to keep them low. And as long as they keep them low, you're going to enjoy the $300 a month rent for a one-bedroom or a studio right on the beach, or, you know, with a fantastic sea view. You can get them here. The moment they open that door, you're going to be like, what a sale. The land is worth more than the house. And the land will be worth more than the 50-story condominium building that they're building now, these big, huge towers. And I'm going to go out and film them all for you. It's going to be a good video. It'll probably be about 45 minutes to an hour long, but I'm going to show you every single new one that's being built, so you all get an idea of what you're going to be moving into in the next year to 2 years down the road. Mr. For Your Sister says, in the 80s, I remember the average 2 or 3 bedroom bungalow in Detroit was about in the 30s, $30,000 in the 80s in Detroit. Was that after a lot of the car factories closed down and it stopped being the Motor City of the US, or was it during that time? Because I think when Detroit was the Motor City of the US, property was at a premium back then. And then when they all closed down and they started moving their manufacturing overseas, China and Vietnam and all that stuff, Thailand and a lot of Asian countries. If I remember my history right, during the 80s, I was over there in California. I remember watching the news, and the property of value just plummeted after that happening. Ernie Jones says, good evening, CBD and gang. Good evening, Ernie. Bare Knuckle 666 says, are we still high on MicroStrategy? Well, it's down. Bitcoin's down. Everything's down. The whole market's down because a certain president of the United States said, we're not done yet. We're still going to go at them for the next 2-3 weeks. And guess what? We're going to throw them back to the Stone Age. Market hated it and everything tanked. So that's why. But yeah, there'll be a rebound like anything else. Bootney says, I got my house at the end of 1999 for $81,500. Today, it's worth $300,000. So there you go. In 27 years, it's appreciated over 300%. What do you think will happen to Thailand if they open the floodgates? It would happen within 3 years. Everybody would want to buy it. Everybody will want to buy it. It'd be like the biggest thing since sliced bread. Everybody would rush over, and you get these big millionaires and billionaires. Oh, I'm going to buy half of Phuket, all the southern beach on Phuket. I'm buying it all, and they would. And then they'll sell it to you for 500% more than what they paid for it. Mr. For Your Sister says, people got to learn how to critically think. If you think stuff is very expensive in America, but you want to copy the same thing in Thailand that America does, what sense does that make? Come on, it doesn't make any sense. That's the whole thing. If you want Thailand to be like America, you ain't going to like it because it's going to be American prices. It's going to be unaffordable. You're then going to have to be looking at somewhere in South America to live, or maybe somewhere in South Africa, Ghana, maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll be looking for property out there to live because Thailand will be just too freaking expensive. People need to think about what they wish for, mister. And those that are saying, oh, Thailand's so wrong, they should be doing this, this, and this. Well, you're trying to change it to your country, those that are complaining. And then as soon as it does change, you're going to complain that you can't afford it no more. You can't win. You're going to jump from this one here. Oh, I can't buy land. Oh, I can buy land. I can't afford to buy land in Thailand. It's too expensive now. It's gone up 500%. Why has it gone up so freaking much? Because you wanted this. They listened to you. They made it happen. Now you can't afford it and nobody else can, and everybody's leaving. But the big billionaires are laughing it up. The movie stars will be moving to Thailand. They'll be building luxury 7-star resorts on Phuket Beach, Pattaya Beach, and all this. That the only people that can afford to stay there are multimillionaires. You don't want that to happen to Thailand. It'll spoil it for you. You want to be here because it's so cheap, it's so friendly, it's so affordable. Be careful what you wish for. That is today's message on our live stream. Next up, Roger with the D says average house price in Australia is 900,000 Australian, 600,000 US. And I think it's even more than that on the Gold Coast, Roger, from what I hear. Mike the Medic said, my home cost 125,000 in 1980. Its value is 460,000 now. I own it. Kids will get it eventually. I'm not using it to retire. Okay, great that you're passing it on because they probably can't get a mortgage, Mike. Because now what they want is so freaking much. You have to have the man, the woman, both working 2 jobs for minimum 7 years to save up the amount that you need to pay for the deposit, the down payment on the house. Because they're going to be renting. They're probably going to be staying in a 1-bedroom apartment or maybe a studio. Well, that 1-bedroom apartment's probably $2,000 a month. Then they got to have the electricity, the water, the insurances, car insurance, finance on this, credit card bills, all this. How much do you think they're going to be saving? It's going to take them 7 years probably to save up enough money to put that down payment on their house. But then they still got the credit card payments. They got the kids' education to pay for. They got the kids' school uniforms. They got this. They got kids got hobbies. They want to play baseball, basketball, be in Cub Scouts, whatever. You know, it's a constant, nonstop drain. A lot of people that get on the housing ladder and get that mortgage nowadays don't make it. They default on the mortgage, they lose it, the banks repossess it, and they're renting for the rest of their life, and they're still paying off the mortgage because the banks still want their money back. It's a lose-lose scenario. But at least in my opinion, Thailand's doing it the right way. Let me know what you think. Are you happy that Thailand's not allowing foreigners to own land? Are you happy that they're keeping the prices less low? Or would you rather be that YouTuber that's saying, I have a right. I'm married. My kids are Thai. I have a right to own land. Why aren't you giving me that right? I want to know in today's live stream. White Lime says, you seem quite angry, man. Take a chill pill. I'm not angry. I'm making an argument. White Lime. I know it comes across I'm angry. I get pissed off is not the right word. Frustrated would be the right word. I get frustrated that these people are complaining and don't realize what the actions will be of their complaint if it did actually happen. They'd be priced out of Thailand. He'd be taking his wife and kids to another country and say, I can't afford to live there anymore. People often talk without realizing what they're saying and don't realize the consequences of their actions. Be careful what you wish for. That is the message of today's live stream. Terry Fallon says, we bought our first house in 2002 for $56,000. Probably worth 3 to 4 times more now. Easy. Yeah, in 25 years. Roger with the D says, whingers and whiners everywhere. Exactly. Mr. For Your Sister says, you have to see America for what America is. We are hyper capitalistic people. We took it too far, and now we're paying the price. It's a vicious cycle. It is. Thailand's not going to go down that route. I hope to God they never go down that route. Because that's the only thing that would make me move out of Thailand is if they ever went down that route, opened it up to everybody, then it loses its appeal to me. Wooly Bully says, America is great if you work hard and get educated. Well, used to be. Wooly, even if you work hard and you get educated, AI is going to take over everything. Circle terminated 80,000 people overnight because they can get AI to do it for a fraction of the cost. All these call centers closed down. They had a lot of people working for them in India. They all got emails saying, as of today, you no longer have a job because AI is taking over. Law firms are stopping hiring interns now because they can do it with AI for free almost. So they don't have to worry about paying an intern. They have AI doing it. One day, AI is going to make your argument for you in court. And it'll do it better than any lawyer will because it'll be able to cite things like that and set precedents and say, this case here, this case here, this case here in 1962, 1978, and 1985, you guys all said this was the right way. So here we are in 2026. You can't go after my client for it because he's doing only what you've already set as precedent. AI is going to be fantastic in the future. It's going to, you can fact check anything in seconds with AI now. I worry about the future. I worry about what's Darlene Kidd's going to do. I've told them that they should get into nursing. I can't see AI taking over the role of a doctor or a nurse in a hospital. I think there'll always be doctors and nurses because I sure as heck ain't going to let a robot operate on me. You know, the battery dies halfway in the middle of giving, open heart surgery or brain surgery or whatever. I'm a dead man. At least I know with doctors, there's 4 doctors in the room. One of them says, oh, I feel a little bit faint. You want to take this over, George? Yeah, sure. No problem. I'll go ahead and do the bypass on this person. You got 4 doctors in the hospital room. I sure as heck wouldn't trust a robot, and I don't think many people will in the future. Mr. Free Sister says that Wooly Bully, that was probably America up until 2010. Yeah, it's all changing. And in my opinion, it's changing for the worse rather than the better. What a Sale says, sounds like many of us did well with our earlier house purchases. Yeah, I did. I had a great house. The house I am currently living in is half a block from the water, so the land values have gone up. Yeah, absolutely. He says Ocean Drive Properties paying over $22,000 a year, and that's why Thailand is looking good to me. Yeah, you're probably paying that in property taxes. I think that's what you mean. Brian Barberich says, hi, Cooper and Darlene, enjoying your evening. Cheers from Durban, South Africa. How you doing, Brian? Pat Barone says, hello, Cooper. You are correct. Thank you. About what? I talked about a lot on today's show already. We're already almost 1 hour into it. Mr. Free Sister says, people need to learn how to let go as much as they can of their inner American, inner UK, inner Australia, or whatever. The faster you let that go, the happier you will be. And I can't say it better myself there, Mr. Free Sister. I've said it many times on our live streams, on our videos. The moment you land in Bangkok, all that weight that was on your shoulder from the West that was grinding you down, making you depressed, making you scream and saying, get a life, guys. Enjoy yourself. Why are you always nagging and complaining and never can you be happy? The moment you get here, it's all gone. Racism doesn't really exist in Thailand. White and blacks get along great here because the Thais are right in the middle between us. They're dark brown, light brown to dark brown. And they're like, you're all welcome. Everybody's getting along, one happy community here that we built on our channel anyways. We got over 550 people boots on ground here. And they're there, right there on that Facebook group. Over 2,000 of our subscribers have joined our Facebook. Over 500 of them live here now through our channel. And they're all there to answer your questions. Say, yeah, well, Cooper's telling you straight up. We're having the time of our lives. We got single retired women. Said, I've never felt threatened. They're going out at night, walking home from the night market at 10 o'clock at night. Not looking over their shoulders, wonder whether somebody's going to mug them. run up on them with a gun or a knife, say, give me your wallet, give me your, your shopping. That doesn't happen in Thailand, folks. It's a whole different atmosphere here. Thailand reminds me of the days back in the 70s. And you remember those days when we were kids, folks, and you go around your neighbor's house to go see your buddy. You didn't even knock on the door. You just opened the door and walked in. And they knew, the mom and dad knew their kids, your mom and dad knew them. And, you'd walk in and out of each other's homes like you lived there. And people rarely locked the doors. I never went out and then came back and my front door was locked and I couldn't get in after school. No, it was always unlocked. Those days remind me how Thailand is today, where everybody knows their neighbors and everybody knows their names, where everybody's just living together in a happy community. And for those that are in the West that have said, man, I wish it was back in the 70s right now. I wish to be back in the 70s. Those were the good old days. Those are the ones that come to Thailand and say, hey, man, well done. You found the place. This is exactly what I've been, hoping for my whole life. And here it is. We're back again. Mike Dottie says, Coop, when I come in November, I'll be a tourist, but I'll stay for 1.5 months. So there are tourists that come longer. Yes. Do I need to just buy a throwaway ticket for my mid-vacation just in case? If you're coming for 1.5 months, yes, definitely. Doesn't have to be a return ticket, Mike, but you do need an onward ticket, and they are clamping down at it at Bangkok Airport. They're asking, how long are you staying in Thailand? Where are you staying? You tell them the name of the hotel, condominium. Oh, I'm here for 3 weeks. Okay. Can we see your return ticket? Or your onward ticket? Where are you flying to? Yeah. And if you say, oh, I came on a one-way, those are people that are, saying, you're not coming in. So always good to get a throwaway ticket, and you can pick them up all day long. Mike, look at our Facebook group. We've discussed it on there many times. Some people have got them for under $20. I think the average is somewhere between 20 and 50. But with the fuel and the airline prices, it's probably closer to 50 to 100 now, but still not wallet breaking money. Always go on the error of caution when in doubt. White Lime says, if you are in a relationship with a Thai, lifetime access to a property is very, very possible. You just have to accept who the property passes on to when you die. Yes, you can own the land, the house in your name, White Lime. Anybody can, but you can't own the land. So what I know from some of my friends that are married Thai women is they've gone to a lawyer. The man has the title to the house in his name. The lady has the title to the land in her name. And they have a contract drawn up. It's a usufruct drawn up. And what the man's done in some cases is when they have children together, instead of putting the land in her name in case the marriage doesn't work out for whatever reason, they put it in the kid's name. Because the kids are Thai citizens. They were born here. Knowing that little Joey or little Jennifer, Nook and Tong, Thai nicknames, aren't going to throw daddy out, irregardless what happens in the marriage. They're not going to throw daddy out. They love daddy, and they've done that to protect themselves. The usufruct is there. The land lease is there. There's all different ways to protect yourself so you don't lose the property and get kicked out if the relationship breaks down, is what I mean. Mr. Free Sister says that Mike Dottie, yes, because there is no firm rules. The agents have a wide flexibility. He's talking about, sorry, back to Mike Dottie there. Yes, that is correct. You definitely need a onward ticket. Wooly Bully, when does the water festival begin, Cooper? In about 2 weeks' time here in Thailand. Well, in our area, it's about 2 weeks' time. They have different dates for different area. You got Pattaya, Jomtien, and uh, Bang Saray. They'll have it, spread across a 3 week period. Um, but I think the biggest day for Songkran is Darling said something to me about the 20th, 22nd, 24th. I'd have to ask her again when the big day is. And that's when everybody gets out on the streets and you're going nowhere. It's a traffic jam. Mike the Swede says, I have now lived here for 18 months and I have no plans of leaving the land of smiles. Love it here. And well done, Mike. Been here 18 months, half as long as I have. Well, under half of what I have. And that's what you'll find when you come here. You'll love it so much you don't want to leave. I've only had 4 people out of 1,000 people that have come here that said I can't stay in Thailand from our channel. One of them was asthmatic and had to go back to South America because the burning season that goes on for about 2 weeks in our area, it hurt him, and so he had to leave. It didn't affect any of us. We're all like, it's a little hazy over the ocean, but other than that, I'm not having a difficulty breathing or coughing or anything like that. But for him, he had asthma real bad and he left. The other couple that left and went back to New Zealand because they missed the grandkids too much and said, we thought we could, but we really miss the grandkids, and we want to be back with them. Other than that, the other 600 people said, I love it here. Don't Rump says UK, US, Australia is no longer the standard in lifestyles. Increased expense, risk, and decreased service levels drive us to Asia for better everything. Yeah. Standard in life has gone down. Everything's gone up. Inflation has gone through the roof. Governments seem to care less and less for their people, no matter what country you're from or whoever's in charge. They're only doing it to line their own pockets. All governments do it. And it's getting to the point where only the rich can survive. And those that are still able to get a pension, who knows, maybe in 50 years there will be no pension. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball any more than you do. But those that are able to get a pension are looking and saying, hey, this you're giving me this every month and I've worked all my life and paid my taxes. That ain't going to keep me over here in Australia, UK, or US. That's when they start looking and think, okay, I got to leave. If unless I want to continue working until the day I pass away, which most of you don't. You all want to retire and enjoy the remainder of the days you got left, years, months, whatever, decades. Of course, you all want to come out and retire and get away from it. A lot of Asia looks pretty attractive in my book. Mike Dottie says, Mr. For Your Sister, I thought so. I'll just buy a fake round trip and have Sync help me out if that becomes an issue. Don't get a fake round trip. What you want to do is just get an onward ticket. You can buy them legitimate. And Mike, like I said, between 20 and 50 normally. Maybe it's 50 to 100 now because of the fuel prices. It's worth it to spend that rather than getting turned away, because if they check it and it's not valid and it is fake, then you just opened a can of worms. And I don't want you to spoil your vacation on your first trip to Thailand, bud. So be safe, get the onward ticket, and then you got nothing to worry about. Mike Medic says, not all of us in USA are suffering. I'm doing just fine. I love my country, but I can love Thailand also. I didn't say everybody. I never said everybody. I'm saying the youngsters are the ones that are going to be struggling to get on that housing ladder. It is incredibly hard to get on the housing ladder right now. You get out of high school or college and, you want your own home. You go to the bank and say, right, what do I need to do? Okay, well, how much is the home? It's $500,000. Okay, give us 150,000. We'll consider you for a mortgage. How much do you earn? Oh, I earn 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 a year. Well, you don't earn enough to pay the mortgage. If you want a house that's 500,000, you need to be earning 80,000 a year. And they're like, oh, well, this is all I get. Well, then you need to be looking at a house for 300,000 is what the bank will be telling you. And by the way, do you have 150,000? No, I don't. I got 8,000. No, ain't a bank in all of USA gonna lend you that money. And those are the ones that are struggling, Mike. Okay, you've worked all your life. You probably paid your mortgage off. You paid your car finance off. You paid your credit cards off. You're living good. All you have is your utility bills and your home insurance, and your car insurance. You're living the good life. But if you had to do it all over again, I bet you couldn't. You'd struggle like mad. Bootney says, I'm looking forward to the new content. Okay, thank you, Bootney. I'll keep that in mind. Tommy says, good evening, Cooper, Darlene, and Tubers. Thank you. Mr. Free Sister says 103 to 105. For temperature, it's 113 is what it is. Pretty hot. Mike Medic, thumbs up. MI8344 says, hi, Coop and CTA team. To all the followers, do not forget to click like. Yes, please. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny and it helps support our channel. And he says, easiest way is get in the habit. Click to watch the podcast. You click the down button and hit the like. That way you do not forget. Yes, I wish everybody would do that. Since they come on, oh, Cooper's on. Thumbs up. He's always got a good show on. Alfa Romeo says, good morning, Coop and the CTA crew. Wishing everyone a happy Easter weekend. Yes, tomorrow is Easter Sunday. Darlene will be at church tomorrow. And the kids, they'll be at church in the Philippines tomorrow as well. They just got back from visiting grandma down in the province. Mr. Free Sister says, is this UK guy who's married to a Thai woman who's at least in his 50s? I feel sorry for him because he is crashing out and he is so miserable. He has a child with this woman. We all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Sean says, love the positive attitude. Thank you, Sean. Much appreciated. Terry Fallon, and you as well, Alpha. And thank you, thank you. Next up, Jay Jettable says, I agree with you, Coop. I'm tired of the same expat YouTubers trashing Thailand. I am. I'm tired of them because all they're doing is inviting people to join in their misery. And Brooke says it best. If you want a happy life, surround yourself with happy people. You surround yourself with happy people, you're going to be happy every day. People like him, they're just so depressed. And it's like, you don't realize when you got a good thing, buddy. You're over here. You have a beautiful wife. You have a beautiful family. Smile. Thank God that you've got what you've got. Because if you were back home in your home country, you wouldn't have half of it. And then you would have a reason to be miserable and complain every day. Being over here in Thailand, your head is way above water. Smile. Make some positive content. Don't have to be negative all the time. Roger with the D says, that Aussie tuber is actually back in Thailand legally. I heard he did come back, yes. But he had to jump through hoops and show he had money in the account, show that he had a return ticket. And basically he was told, if you don't return on that date, then don't expect to come back to Thailand in the near future. So he got the riot act read to him by the Thai government, immigration. Bob Johnson says, my wife is Thai. she's there now. She's miserable, sweating all day long. She wants to come back to the cold, miserable weather in Minnesota. I bought her a ticket last night, $1,700 one way with Delta. Ouch. $1,700 one way with Delta. To Minnesota, well, actually, that's not too bad. That's a pretty good price. But one thing I will say, America's not hurting for aviation fuel like a lot of Western countries are and Asian countries. America's almost completely self-sufficient for oil and gasoline and fuel for airlines. So their prices haven't gone up as much as a lot of the other countries that are struggling. There was a report last week in the news. There's a British airline, budget airline, runs out of Gatwick Airport in London, and they canceled all their flights, saying we can't get aviation fuel. All our flights are canceled until further notice. What a Sale says, now you got me interested in buying eventually if you get the visa with the purchase. It's not a visa. Don't get confused with a sale. It is a entry stamp for 1 year. Right now, you're getting an entry stamp for 60 days. Basically, it's an entry stamp extension. It's not a visa as such, is the way it was written in the Royal Thai Gazette. I'm waiting for Singh to get back from vacation because I actually want to get the name of it for you guys. And he's currently on vacation visiting his family, and he'll be back in about the next 2 weeks. When he does, I'm going to get him to sit down with immigration, and I'll get you as much details as I can what a sale. But there are condo companies, and there are also agents that are and lawyers saying we can do all this for you, and it's included in the purchase price. I would make sure I got my own lawyer, and I would make sure that the city council came around, the assessor's office, and did their own valuation on it, because the last thing I'd want to do is spend $90,000 on a condo and then get told it's only worth 82. I want that in writing before I buy it. But yeah, it is a great thing for those that are under 50 that can't get a retirement visa. White Lime says you're lucky if they are only tripled. I've been offered a refund and very decent voucher to cancel my flight at the end of April. Really? Wow. David Lowe says, hi, Coop, checking in from a beautiful Dusit Grand Park 2 evening in Jomtien, my old stomping grounds. Says, clicking the like button makes everyone a handsome man. Thanks for the live streams, meetups, and community. Kop kun kop Coop. I got you. I knew what you're trying to say in Thai. That means thank you. So yes, please, if you're watching on live stream, give us a thumbs up. It's free. It doesn't cost a penny. Only Me says, Coops, did you say $1,800 per month or £1,800 is a good budget? And is that per person, $3,000 for a couple? I'm saying if you got 1,800 US Social Security, you'll live like a king here in Thailand. Unless you're going out to meet the bar girls and you're paying for all that sort of entertainment, you can expect to pay more. But if you just want to live here and enjoy your life and go out and hang out with friends, of course you can do it. I've got subscribers here on $1,000 a month, US. In a relationship, his girlfriend's living with him, his Thai girlfriend, and he's got his head above water. It can be done. As far as a couple, most couples out here, 1,800 is enough. It's more than enough. I know Brooke, he only spends about 1,700 a month, and it's him and Jackie. He's got a scooter and he runs around all over the place, and they have a gay old time, and they're meeting up for breakfasts, dinners, and coffees and bike rides. Jackie's going to the gym, going running with Darlene and the girls, and they're going out for coffees and Rumpel Market, and they're having a great time. And he's still not spending more than $1,700 or $1,800 a month. So you can live that way. At $3,000 for a couple is very, very well more than what you actually need. Most couples out here don't spend more than $1,800 a month, which would be about 1,400 pounds for a couple. Wolf says, good morning, good evening. Good morning to you, Wolf. Thank you for coming on and joining us. Let me wet the whistle, folks. Much better. Mr. For Your Sister says, this is funny because apparently people are not aware how much a visa costs for the United States. They're not. Average visa price for the US, I think just to renew a green card is like $2,000, and it's a 5-year visa. $2,000 to renew it. To renew your retirement visa here, if you're doing it like I am on the 65,000 baht a month, it's only 17,000 Thai baht. 17,000, and that's including a multiple entry on top of it. How much is 17,000 Thai baht in US? I'll tell you right now. With today's exchange rate, $500. $500, and that includes the multiple entry. If you take the 5,000 off for the multiple entry, it'd only be worth 12,000 baht. $360. Even if you multiplied that by 5, it's still cheaper than the American green card renewal. But some people are paying $300 for a visa to go to America. And that's only for a 90-day, you know. Everybody's got to pay. White Lime says, I always get a visa, 60 days extendable, 30 pound, no hassle at the airport. There you go. Super easy. Why are these people on social media complaining about it? What do they expect? That Thailand is so cheap, they should do it for free. Well, who's going to pay the immigration officer? Who's going to pay the paperwork, the computer system, keep the lights on and all that? Thailand's been doing it for years, never charged a penny. Well, they're hurting just as much as the West is. And the way Thailand's looking at it is, if you want to charge our citizens for visiting your country, we're going to charge your citizens for visiting ours. But because we're so much cheaper, we'll only charge your citizens 20% compared to the 80% more you're charging our citizens to visit your country. That's a heck of a deal, don't you think? I do. I'm not an economic major, in college, but to me, that sounds like a fantastic deal. 80% cheaper to come to Thailand. Mr. For Your Sister says that only me. I think that is a good budget without feeling really restricted. Yes, it is. 1,800. Mike the Medic says Thailand has so many visa options, it's hard to decide which one to get. Laughing out loud. Well, it's fantastic. Look at Vietnam. There's no retirement visa there. You have to do a border run every 90 frickin' days if you want to live in Vietnam, if you want to retire there. Yes, they have the golden visa. You got to be an investor, spend money on their economy and business and stuff like that. They want the professors and the lawyers to go there. But for the likes of you and I, no. WDLF1, I got it this time. It says, hello, all touching down on the 23rd. I am so happy. Just a 50-day vacation. Gonna do a deep dive on Bang Saray. Keep it positive, all. You already know. Yep, you're coming to the land of smiles. Smile along with them. Will Crow says, I had to bail a week ago, just not for me in multiple ways. I feel so relaxed and relieved to be back in the USA. Really? Wasn't for you. What wasn't for you in Thailand? Let us know in the comments. Will. David Matterson says, hey, Coop, hope all is well. It is. The question should be, why are all of Americans are not done with this crazy president? No, the question should be, why are all Americans still retiring in the US? Why aren't you getting out of Dodge and coming over here and having a fantastic life? And seeing, man, it's all politics in the US. Every news channel's got their own narrative they want to spin. Why do you think we call it the Matrix? A lot of our social media people, we call the US the Matrix. Because the moment you come out, David, and you get over here, you're like, man, it's so freaking different. Everybody's getting along. I'm not seeing racism. I'm not seeing hate. I'm not seeing Democrats against Republicans, against this party, these type of people. None of it. Everybody's just getting along, having a great time. The way it used to be in the 70s is the way it is here in Thailand. Don't take my word for it. Take everybody else's word that's in the comment section. That's here, boots on ground. They're boots on ground because of our channel. They came out and wanted to be part of this community. I don't censor them. They can say whatever they want. I will never censor our subscribers for what they want to say in the comment section. I click on them just as they come up and I read each and every comment. They'll tell me if I'm wrong or I'm speaking BS. And you don't see it. They're all like, yeah, Coop, I'm loving it, man. I ain't going back. It's great over here. Ain't nobody disagreeing with me in the comments. Mr. Free Sister says that Mike Medic, it's real simple. Do you want to work or do you want to chill? Think of it like that. Exactly. And he says, I'm retired. Smart man. Alfa Romeo says, Coop, have you noticed the banks have increased the ATM withdrawal fees from the usual 250 to 300 baht? No, because I have a Thai bank account. So for me, it's free. I will ask around and I'll check. I do have a USA bank account in Texas. Excuse me. I'll throw that in the ATM and just see what if there's any increase in the taking money out the ATM over here. But I haven't noticed yet. Bob Johnson says allowing foreigners to own land would be the end of smiles in the land of smiles. Prices would go sky high. Exactamundo, as Brooke would say, Bob. They would. And it would be almost instant. You would see the billionaires of the world buy up all the beachfront property they could. Super fast. You couldn't even get a lick in. You really couldn't. You could be like, well, we can sell you a place, but it's 50 blocks from the beach. Everything else in front of that is all owned by the Marriott hotel chain or something, you know. I'm just throwing that out as an example, folks. But y'all know what I'm saying. Bill Gates bought it all, whatever, you know. You'll see huge change if that ever happened. Mr. Free Sister says if Thailand lets foreigners buy, Israel and Russia will buy up everything. It'll just put it, I'll just put it like that. Everybody will. It'll be something crazy. There'll be auctions. I'm telling you, there'll be property auctions. Be somebody there with a gavel say, who give me 50 million US? Who give me 75 million US? I got a 95 over here. I got 101 over here. And it'll be just going like that. Sold to the man with the gray beard from KFC. He bought it all for $500 million. You know, it would be freaking crazy. if that ever happened. Mr. Free Sister said, I just read something with all the AI push. Some countries are trying to educate their population on it. Why China and the UK? I think the UK is making it mandatory. America is not doing okay. AI is coming, guys. What a Sale says, I can easily live in Thailand for what I pay in property taxes currently. So we'll look at all my options when I decide to move to Thailand. Thailand stay is cheap. Yes. And it's clean. It's clean. The streets are clean. The beaches are clean. They clean the beaches every morning. You see the Thais out there with rakes on the sand, raking the beach. Fantastic. Dumpsters, big blue dumpsters every 20, 30 feet on Beach Road in Pattaya and Jomtien. No shortage of trash cans over here. You know, you go down the beach, you have a picnic, you have something to eat. There's plenty of trash cans to throw your trash away. Go to the Philippines and try and find a trash can. There wasn't this. The whole 18 months I spent in the Philippines, folks, I never saw a single trash can outside a 7-Eleven. Here in Thailand, you'll find 3 to 5. And they all got their little labels for plastic, bottles, glass, metal. You know what I mean? So they can, what's the word I'm looking for? Recycle. Never saw it. In the Philippines, we had to take our trash home with us because there was nowhere to throw it away. Mike Medic says, Coop, both my daughters own their own homes. Son has a condo. I raised them right. Well done, Mike. Well done, buddy. There's always going to be the exception to the rule. But 75% of the people are never going to be as well off as your kids there, Mike. Mr. Free Sister says, apparently the American government can just create a problem, but we can't fix it. Yeah. Always the case. Governments around the world, folks. What a Sale says that Mike Medic, you are a great example for others to follow. Good on you, mate. Agreed. Brian Barberich says, Cooper, many of the property in prime places like popular beach spots in Cape Town are foreign owned. As a result, it is way overpriced, even for rich South Africans. It's happened all over. And that's why I'm glad Thailand hasn't changed. They don't want to change. People shouldn't be putting pressure on them for change, especially YouTubers. I'm not going to put pressure on them to change. I'm glad they're looking after their citizens. I wish more countries around the world, and I'm not just talking about America, I'm talking about most countries. I wish they would look after their citizens and keep their prices down. Stop foreigners buying up all the land. Stop foreigners buying up the business. If foreigners want to live there and retire, no problem. Give them a retirement visa. If you want to retire to America, Australia, England, Europe, wherever. Canada, that's where you want to be. Maybe you love the snow and the mountains. Canada's a great place to be then, if that's what you want. But when they opened that floodgates, the only people they hurt were their own citizens. All over the world, the moment they did that, they priced their own people out for 75%. Yes, you're always going to have the odd exception, you know, like Mike the Medic did very, very well in his life. But for the most people, they can't get on the housing ladder anymore. They've been priced out of the. I don't want that to happen to Thailand. The Thai people are great. The government, whether you agree with the politics or not, that's a different story. But by doing that, by saying no. If you're a foreigner, you cannot own land in Thailand. They're looking after their people because they've seen what's happened in our countries. They've seen our grandkids cannot get on the housing ladder, and they're like, we don't want that. See, this is what's going to happen to Thailand if we do this. We don't need the foreign investment. We don't need the big conglomerates coming over here buying up all our beachfront property and making 5 to 7 star resorts out of them. And then Thais can no longer afford to get on the housing ladder. They're doing the right thing. And I'm not going to knock Thailand for doing it. And shame on any YouTuber that does, because it's not a channel I'd like to follow. Mike Dottie says, no lie, I won a court case off of ChatGPT, but you have to know the questions to ask it. But their attorneys withdrew my case. Okay. But yeah, that's the way of the future. You can ask ChatGPT, Grok, and all the other AIs. Cite me precedents for this law here. You know? And it will. And then you can go into court and fight against whoever it is that you're fighting for. And say somebody was squatting in your property, you went to Thailand for 6 months, came back, you had squatters in there. And say, hey, you know, this law was passed back here, and this is happened this many times in these many cases, cite the cases and the dates. And the prosecutor's like, how'd you know all that? Grok, ChatGPT, I don't need a lawyer. And the judge is like, actually, you're right. Case dismissed. That's the way of the future. W Secret to Success says, agreed, Thailand should restrict land ownership to only Thais so it doesn't become America a free-for-all for anybody to buy. Amen. Thank you, W. And I've been saying this all along. The 30-year land lease isn't enough. The 99-year would be perfect for what you're paying for. At the end of the day, the foreigners aren't buying the land. They're leasing it. And it goes back to the Thai people. Fantastic. Win-win for everybody. We don't need to own the land as Westerners. Keep it cheap for the Thais. Well said, W. Bob Johnson says, my wife owns the land. I'll build a house on it, get a user fract, yes, sit on the deck and drink that delicious coffee. Win-win. There you go. Protect yourself. Get a good lawyer, folks. You can protect yourself here. And somebody asked me in the last live stream we did, Bob, what is the Thai law if the spouse, your Thai spouse, passes away? Are you still able to stay on the land? And yes, you can for up to 1 year. At the end of the year, it must go into a Thai person's name. Hence why what people are doing that get married to Thai is they have a child together. Put in the child's name. If the wife passes away, God forbid, it's still in a Thai's name and they don't have to worry about leaving ever. There's that protection for them. Rodney says, good morning, Coop and Darlene. I hope Thailand never let out spiders have land access because it will change the country and not for the good. Absolutely. It'll definitely change the country and it ain't going to be for the good either. It's going to hurt the economy big time. Tommy says, good, Cooper, right now, complicated surgery are done by robots now. I ain't getting no robot operating on me. Nope. It'd have to be brain surgery. And it would have to be because I had a tumor. And if I didn't have it done, I'd be dead in 30 days, say. Then I'd let the robot do it. Because the end of the day, I'm going to die in 30 days anyways. I might as well be on the operating table and I'm sleeping. I don't know nothing about it. It would be my thinking. Mr. For Your Sister says, if I had a young child, I would train them to have two labor skills. And if you work for somebody, go into the medical field or create your own business. Working for a company now would scare me. Yeah, because you don't know whether you're going to get laid off. It is scary times, folks. Jerry Round says, good morning, Cooper, Darlene, and everyone. Good morning to you, Jerry. Bootney says, you are right about AI not taking a lot of healthcare jobs. I'm an x-ray tech for the last 37 years and feel secure in my profession. In 18 months, I'll be retired in the land of smiles, and a spot will soon be open for somebody else's boots to fill. Yeah. I don't see AI taking over the medical profession. And robot surgery, that's a long way off. And maybe they are doing some complicated surgery right now, but the first robot that screws up and actually kills somebody or makes them retarded or brain dead or something like that, think of the lawsuit that would happen. The likes of Elon Musk and his robots would be finished. You're talking multi-hundreds of millions of dollars a lawsuit happening if the robot made a mistake. Ricardo says robot surgery under the control of a surgeon who knows what the correct procedure should be is good. Okay, maybe. It still depends on the quality of the doctors. The robot can generally improve the quality of work. If it's microsurgery where you have a brain injury and you need that robot just for that precision only, because a doctor's hands aren't steady enough to do it for that neurosurgery, I could see that being a case. But there would be doctors supervising it. And as soon as it done that bit, they would have the robot out the way and they would finish the procedure by hand. I could see that happening. But the robot doing the whole thing from start to finish? No, I don't think anybody's ready to put their lives in the hands of a robot to do that just yet. Mr. Free Sister says at Bootney 66, congrats. They will try to push it, but the pushbacks will be massive, and AI does make some massive mistakes still. Yeah, I've had to fact check Grok a few times. Not quite there yet, but maybe 5 to 10 years we will be. Roger Walker says, I hope Thailand doesn't change. Me too, Roger. What a Sale says, yes, I think the Buddhism influence in Thailand makes it a more tranquil culture, and great to believe in karma and that your good actions can influence your own life in a positive way. Very true. Buddhism does believe in karma. Tell you what else they believe in: reincarnation. They believe that when they die, they'll come back. Maybe that's why Thais, when they drive in tunnel vision like this. They never look right or left when they're crossing lanes in traffic. It's always straight ahead. I've seen bikes come out of a corner right in front of me. Didn't even turn their head to look. They were just looking where they're going only. And maybe that's because that's one of the reasons Buddhisms believe in reincarnation. Not sure whether I want to be reincarnated, though, with the way the world's going. I think I've had enough this life. I'm not too sure I'd want to come back for another one. Brooke does. He said he'll come back forever. I don't know if I would. I think I'm ready for the next chapter or whatever happens after death. Terry Fallon says, what a sale. Well said. Mike Dottie, Coop, I have a round trip already back to New York. Okay. I was just asking, do I need to buy another ticket mid-trip since I'll be longer than a month? No. As long as you have the round trip you will be good because you can say that you're going to do a 30-day extension inside country. And you could also say, well, when I actually booked this ticket, it was 60-day entry stamp. Now it's a 30-day entry stamp, but I'm still only staying for 6 weeks. I'll just get the 30-day extension inside country. And they'll look at, okay, yeah, you're good. You shouldn't have anything to worry about, but keep Singh's number just in case, because he's got good friends at immigration at Swanapum Airport. And if you ever have a problem, he's one to call, and he can call his buddy straight away and get it rectified. Roger with the D says official Songkran dates are 13th to the 15th, public holiday dates. Okay, thank you, Roger. Wonder what that 20th date Darlene was talking about. What a Sale says, Coop, I have seen many YouTube videos of people leaving Thailand crying going up that escalator at the airport. I have never seen that anywhere. It makes quite a quiet statement on how great it is. Yes. You see it. Alpha will tell you. Alpha Romeo. He travels for work, and he's always traveling around the world. And he says, you see those people at the airport going up the escalator to board the plane to leave Thailand, they're not happy. You see the people coming off the plane to come into Thailand, they're all like, I'm not going to have fun. Alpha Romeo says, for those who want a more polished or refined place to retire in Southeast Asia, choose Singapore. More like the West, but there is much more expensive. They are much more expensive than Thailand, a lot more expensive. Yeah. And look at the property value over there in Singapore. It's through the freaking roof. And then you need permission from the government just to get a car. Didn't know that, did you? You need permission. You got to prove why you need a car over there if you're a foreigner. Mike Dottie says, Coop, it is near impossible to get a house for someone young. I agree. It requires a ton of documentation, salary required, and was impossible during the pandemic since BlackRock was buying houses all for cash. Yeah, a lot of people forgot about that one. Hunter Orion says, good morning, Cooper and Darlene and the whole CTA gang. Super excited. I will be back in the land of smiles in 16 days, barring decline in Gulf. You should be all right. We're still good for aviation fuel and gasoline and everything else for another 90 days. So 16, you're fine, Hunter. No need to stress yet. But it'd be great to see you again, buddy. We'll miss you. Mr. For Your Sister said, what made me decide to want to move out of America? Well, the final straw. I kept seeing those tiny homes being pushed. And then I realized they are slowly walking us into buying these things. The prefabs. Elon Musk has started making them. They put them up in under an hour. These prefab houses is what they want you to live in because they want to own all the land and the nice houses. It's a way of keeping the poor poor and the rich rich. Getting up to time, 1 hour, 47 minutes. Got another 12 minutes to go and then we'll be logging off. Annie says, just an amen to retired ladies. She's one of them here in Thailand. Says, here feeling safe. Somebody mentioned ways to de-stress today. I was like, what stress? I gaze over my balcony to watch the sea and the birds. No stress for me. And that rhymes too, Annie. Well done. She knows she's over here and living the dream. What a Sale says, Burke is correctamundo. Surround yourself by happy people, folks. Mike Dottie says, Mr. For Your Sister, yep, our government wants to oppress us so they can control us. They tax us way too much, and the entire culture of America has just become disgusting. Get out of the matrix. Get out of the matrix. Get out of the matrix. I've been saying it for 3 years, folks. Those that listen to me and over here are happy as Larry. I don't bullshit you guys. I don't need to. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not asking you to give me money for anything. All I'm doing is telling you boots on ground. I've interviewed dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people on our channel, all that have come out here from different walks of life, from Australians to British to Canadian to Americans to Europeans. I've had them all on the channel. I've made 30-minute videos with them. I've had them on live stream so you guys can pick their brain. Maybe they're from your home country. And every one of them has turned around and said exactly the same thing I'm saying. You can't beat Thailand compared to the West. The taxes are cheap. The cost of living is cheap. The property is cheap. Medical's cheap. The dental's cheap. The haircut's cheap. The beer is cheap. Everything is cheap here in Thailand. You'll love it. I'm telling you guys, you'll absolutely love it. And for those that want to sit in America and all they want to do is complain all day, stay there and keep complaining. The rest of us are moving to Thailand and being happy. Alpha says that Mike Dottie, you booked your flight to Land of Smiles. Congrats. You have a return ticket back home. No need for an onward ticket. Correctamundo. Enjoy the freedom. Hope to see you when I arrive in December. I thought you were coming back in June for a week or two. Make up your mind, Alpha. Hunter Orion says, looking to go to scooter school and rent during my 2-month stay. Any idea of costs for school and what to expect for cost of scooter rental? I'm a big guy and want to keep up on Thursday rides. I've had people do it, subscribers of ours, and they do have scooter school here. Most can do it anywhere between 4 and 7 days. Some people are quicker than others, do it in 4 days, other people 7 days. You're looking around about $300 US. That's your scooter, that's the course, and that's your license at the end of it. That cheap for scooter school, about 300 US. Hunter Orion says, any news on the implementation of the increased safety enforcement and fines? That actually went in force on April the 1st. And it's not an April Fool's joke, Hunter. Yes, they are getting a lot stricter. I've seen a lot more roadside checks as well. Those not wearing helmets, getting fined straight away. Those speeding, they're going after them. And if they're going over double the speed limit, they're in big, big doo-doo. But yeah, they are clamping down on it. E. Samuelson says, thanks, Cooper. You're legit. Thank you, E. Much appreciated. Terry Fallon says, keep cool, Coop, and thanks to all in the chat. Help have yourself a great weekend. Thank you, Terry. You too, buddy, and say hello to the missus for us. Trev Meyer says, I agree. You either adapt to the culture or you leave. Thailand needs to get more harsh on these drunks and trans who are constantly causing issues. Well, there's a lot of people causing issues here in Thailand. And Vietnam just made an announcement this month, folks. They're going down hard on punishment. And they said they're going to start deporting a lot of people. You break their rules, deportation. They ain't going to mess with you. You damage property, you're not getting on a plane ticket going out. You're going to stay in Vietnam until you can pay for that damage you did, and then you're going to fly out. It's a lot like Kuwait. When I was in Kuwait, I had a buddy of mine that I work with, and he owed money. They refused to let him fly out the country until he paid it. Well, he never had the money. He couldn't afford it. It was way too much for him to pay. So they kept him there for 15 years before finally saying, okay, now you can leave. Refused to let him go. He lost several family members that passed away for various reasons over that 15 years. He could never go back for the funeral. He was stuck in Kuwait. They refused to let him leave. He went to the American embassy. American embassy said, hey, we can't interfere in other countries' laws. You broke the law. You have to deal with the punishment. They didn't take his passport away from him. They just refused to let him leave the country. He was on a no-fly list. And at the borders with Kuwait, Iraq, and Saudi to the north and south, they had him on the computer system there. He tried every way to get out the country. He was stuck there for 15 years and couldn't leave. 15 years. Vietnam's going the exact same way. And Thailand may follow suit for those that want to break the law over here. Roger with the D says, Gold Coast, Australia, average house price, 1.4 million. See what I say? That's like your Beverly Hills of Australia there. Lat 265 says, ZZ Top Recycler, good album. Yes, very good album. What a Sale says, great show, Coop. Everyone hit that like button. See you on the next show all, and take care. What a Sale. Roger with the D, $12 for a beer in Australia, $1 here in Thailand. Big difference, isn't it? 120% markup. No, it's 1,200% markup in Australia compared to Thailand. And the last comment goes out to Lat265, Neil Young, Trans. Good album. Yes, all good albums. And I want to thank each and every one of you that have stayed to the end of the live stream. Thanks a lot. And by the way, if you enjoyed the show and all of our future shows, give us a thumbs up. Just to say, well done, Coop. We don't ask for anything else. Just that little bit of support goes a long way for us. And we appreciate each and every one of you. So till next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you all. Stay tuned.
Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Coopersthaiadventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Coopersthaiadventure. Oh, what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Coopersthaiadventure. Can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's still my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. markets, lanterns in the sky, festivals that spark like the stars up high. Jungles whisper secrets, rivers carve the land. Cooper's holding Thailand in the palm of my hand. Elephants roam in the sunset's blaze. Every day's a wonder lost in a daze. From spicy street eats to the ocean's embrace, Thailand's a paradise I'll never erase. Cooper's Thai adventure, oh what a thrill, chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai adventure, can't get it enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. So here's to the nights, the sights and the dreams. Thailand's a wonder bursting at the seams. Cooper's Thai adventure, forever I'll stay in the land of smiles, where my heart swept away.